Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the What a Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the 2007 Green Bay Packer rebuild here on Madden 24. That is right. We are getting very, very close to the modern era of Green Bay Packer football. In the past couple episodes, we've had some very interesting things happen. We've won some NFL championships. We've also seen the departure of a certain Aaron freaking Rodgers. That's right. Rodgers is no longer the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers in this universe. He's shipped to another team. We now have Robert Griffin III as our starting quarterback for this season. He's a placeholder. He's kind of the bridge. Because, if you're not familiar with the 2017 NFL draft class, there's a certain quarterback in there that might be the face of the franchise come the next couple episodes. This class is very, very dependent on one guy for 2017, for us at least in our case, and that is Patrick Mahomes. He's in this class. We have the capital to get him. He's going to be our quarterback for the future. So we go from Aaron Rodgers, who led us to a Super Bowl, to now going to Patrick Mahomes, who hopefully will lead us to a bunch of Super Bowls in the near future. So this episode's going to be crazy. Hope you guys go and enjoy. If you do, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started. So as mentioned, we sit here in 2016 with Aaron Rodgers no longer our quarterback. It's kind of a surreal thing. It really is. It kind of is a surreal thing. We have RG3 now. We have Denard Robinson. We have Jimmy Garoppolo. But we're waiting in the wings. We have to kind of have that kind of whatever season. Like if we win a championship, whatever. If we don't win a championship, whatever. We just got to have that waiting season, kind of just like in limbo type of season before we get to the real crescendo, which is Patrick Mahomes. Robert Griffin III. He's been around for a while, 4 years. He hasn't really lived up to the hype that he had coming into the draft. We remember we were doing that draft since we started in 2007. Obviously, we had that draft. And he hasn't really done amazing things. He's been okay. We have Le'Veon Bell. We drafted Ezekiel Elliott because he fell to us. I couldn't believe that he fell to us. He fell to our spot. I wasn't going to take him. We took him. We have a backup tight end now with Tyler Higbee. We're still working on the center spot. We have Mitch Morse, but I don't really know what our center is going to be in the future. Not 100% sure. Our wide receiver room is stacked to the gills with talent. On defense, talk about stacked to the gills, we lose a bunch of talent on defense, but we improve with even more young talent on defense. We add Deion Jones, who we've seen in the past can develop into a monster outside linebacker. We still have great inside threats with Bobby Wagner and Dante Hightower. We have Khalil Mack still. We have J.J. Watt. We have Aaron Donald coming into his prime. With backing him up is Kenny Clark. We brought in Dee Ford in a trade. Also Dante Fowler in a trade. We drafted Vernon Hargraves, who's down here, playing corner number 3. We have Kevin Byard, who we drafted. It's just an embarrassment of riches. You lose some people, you bring in some new talent to fill their spots. It's a factory. It's a machine here in Green Bay. You recycle the talent, you get new ones in, and you're right back ready to go to compete for a championship. Now, will RG3 be able to compete for a championship? Probably, with the offensive weapons and the defensive weapons that are on this team. Pretty much any quarterback you could throw would get us to the playoffs, I would guess. We'll see what happens with RG3, but we got to get the draft class that we're talking about loaded in the first place. It is 2017. It is a great one. Myles Garrett, a part of it, but here's the real guy that we're all here for. I'm only going to put these two guys on here because these are the only two guys I care about. Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. One of them will be our quarterback. Most likely it'll be Mahomes. As for the running backs, we're not really in the market for a running back since we just drafted Zeke, but I'll still put some of the boys on here because they're very talented players, and I want to keep my eye on them. Not saying I won't draft one, but I probably won't. And then as for the receivers, I like our receiver core. this receiving core or this receiving draft is not the greatest draft in recent memory, but there's some very talented players in here, including a guy like Cooper Kupp, who could end up being a very, very good player for us if we were to take him. As far as tight ends, I'd really only think about David Njoku. Maybe I'd go for a guy like Gerald Everett, but I don't really know. I'd probably only go for David Njoku, but that's if I even take a tight end. Who knows what the draft is going to play out for us. Offensive lineman, I can always use some offensive linemen, especially with how little I pay my offensive linemen. I always have to trade them and get new ones, so I can always use backup offensive linemen, offensive line depth. And I certainly need a center, but I don't think the center is going to come in this class. I mean, there's some good players in here. There's some okay players in here, but there's nothing that really pops off the page. And then you got right tackles. It's not a great offensive line class. I will be frank there. Takk McKinley on the defensive side, but there's really nobody else that I want here on the offensive side as well, or on the defensive side as well. You got some great ones here in Myles Garrett, Jonathan Allen. Some really, really good talent here. Trey Hendrickson, Carl Lawson. And then the outside linebacker spot. Did I do D tackles? Or did I skip them? I skipped D tackles. I apologize. Dalvin Tomlinson, the beast from Charlotte. Larry Ogunjobi. And then now we get to the outside linebackers. Hassan Reddick, we know, can develop pretty quickly. Alex Anzalone would be an interesting one. I think he's only normal development, though. Middle linebacker, we really don't need any of these guys, but I'm still going to put them on here just to fill out my board and keep an eye on them. TJ Watt would be great. Zach Cunningham's really, really good. Samson Ebukam's great. Corners, you got Marshawn Lattimore. We can always use corners. Always use corners. And there's some really, really good ones in this class. So even though the wide receiver class isn't amazing, the corner class in this one is very, very deep. Very deep. You can find guys that can start on your team all the way down to probably the undrafted. I know I'm not finding anybody, but you could probably find some guys that are pretty decent. Oops, I didn't mean to back out there. Let's go to safeties now. You got Malik Hooker. Love him. Hardly know him. Marcus May, Marcus Williams, John Johnson III, even Chuck Clark. Jamal Adams, Jabril Peppers, Obi Melifonwu, Eddie Jackson. Safety class is very strong as well. Very, very strong. This is going to be a good class. This is going to be a very, very good class. But I mentioned earlier that we had the draft capital to make the Mahomes thing happen in the first place. Here is what we are working with. We are working with the number 8 overall pick currently from the Detroit Lions, the number 10 overall pick currently from the New England Patriots, and then our own pick. Hopefully our own pick is bad, because I'm assuming we're going to be pretty good. I don't know if we actually are, but I'm really banking on the fact that the Lions and the Patriots are both pretty bad to give us top 10 picks, even preferably top 5 picks. Then we have 2 second-round picks, we have a third-round pick, 2 4s, a 5, a 6, and 2 7s. We also have 2 first-round picks next year as well. So we're pretty loaded for the next 2 years in terms of draft picks. And if I get real crazy, I might even trade another pick and get more picks for the next season. Like I can keep this machine rolling. But now we got to simulate to the halfway point of the season, get everything set up for the draft, do all the scouting, set the national focus, get to week 11, do all the focus scouting, and more importantly, see where this Packer team is with RG3 at the helm. It seems like RG3, like I said, you could pretty much pluck any quarterback in the league and put him in this team, and we'd be fairly good, and that is the case with RG3 here. We are 5-2, leading the division, although the Bears are pretty decent as well. Hopefully we can keep this hot streak going and take that into the playoffs and see what happens there. We got to choose the national focus. I'm probably going to choose... I mean, the weaknesses are both the interior and the tackles. I was going to choose them. I'm probably going to choose tackle, since I think that's the most people that I put on the list was tackle. Yeah, the 3 tackles here, and then... Oh, I didn't put any right tackles on. I'll just do the tackle. It's fine. I'll do the tackles. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, the main thing of it is we're scouting for Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see what happens. Remember, we have the Detroit Lions pick, and the Detroit Lions are 2-4. So they're currently giving us a very, very good pick. The Patriots, on the other hand, Patriots are also pretty bad. 2-5. It hurts my soul to say that, but both the Patriots and the Lions are bad as of week number 8. What's going to happen when we get to week 16? I have no effing clue what's going to happen. But let's get to week 11 and see if we can keep the hot streak going. Doesn't look like we can. RG3's got a breakout quarterback scenario headed into this game against the Vikings. I mean, it'd be cool if RG3 got to superstar. It's not the goal, obviously, because he's not going to be the starter next year, unless there's some unforeseen quarterback controversy that I haven't been paying attention to. 38-30, we beat the Vikings. That's a good sign for RG3. He only has 1 upgrade point, though, so I don't know if he got the bonus or not. I guess let's find out. Did he get it? Another huge day. Wow, RG3's now a superstar development quarterback for us. He's only, what was he, 24, 26? Something like that. He was in his mid-20s. So he's not a bad option at quarterback. We could kind of revive his career here. Stephon Gilmore needs a massive extension. Bobby Wagner is going to need a big extension. So is Dante Hightower. So is Tyrann Mathieu. So is Harrison Smith. So is David DeCastro. So is Travis Kelce. Oh my God. I was not prepared to pay all these guys the amount of money I had to pay all these guys. Luckily, some of the biggest names like Odell and Aaron Donald and Khalil Mack and all these guys have options. But I was not prepared to pay everybody this amount of money. We have $70 million, so we can bring back a few guys, but we're probably going to have to make some very, very tough decisions headed into the offseason today. So that is going to be quite the upsetting end to the episode, but we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Maybe we can bring back everybody. I doubt it, but maybe we can. We get to week 11 after blowing out the 1-win Titans. And the Lions are a very, very bad team. They're 3-6, which we have their first-round pick, so that makes me happy. Choose our focus players. Who are we going to focus on for this first round? We might as well do Mahomes. I'm pretty sure I already know how good Mahomes is, but I'll do it anyway, just because. I've done Cooper Kupp plenty of times. We know how good he is. I'm very curious on David Njoku, so I could do him. I kind of want to know about Garrett Bowles. I know about Deion Dawkins. And then probably somebody on the defense. But our defense is already amazing, although we're going to be losing some talented players, so I might as well go for some other guys. Let's go for Reuben Foster, because I've drafted him before, and he's been very good. Very good. I think I got him in, was it in the Giants series that I got him in? I can't remember exactly where I got him. Probably just a rebuild. I can't remember exactly, but he was really, really good, regardless. All right, so we've got to week 11. We've done all the scouting. Let's get to the end of the season and see if RG3 can continue this hot streak and get us to a very good playoff spot, maybe even the 1 seed. We made it to the end of the season with the Green Bay Packers finishing 13-4, just above the Bears, who gave us quite the run for our money there, 12-5. Crucially, the Lions finished 4-13. So before we do anything else, let's see where the Patriots and Lions both fell. So AFC for the Patriots, did they continue to lose? 5-12 for the New England Patriots. Titans finished 2-15, so we're not going to have like a top 3 pick, but they also finished pretty bad, and then we know the Lions finished 4-13. So they both finished second to last in the respective conferences. So we're going to have maybe pick 4 and 5, or maybe pick 3 and 4. I don't know. I guess we could check before we get to the stats and stuff of the season. Pick 3 and 5. That's amazing. That'll get us Patrick Mahomes and somebody else amazing. I don't know who else is going to be, but somebody else amazing. Or we trade out of it. Although we know from history that the number 5 overall pick has very, very drastically different value than like the number 1 pick, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see what we do with that pick. But it looks like Derek Anderson is just the greatest quarterback of all time, and he might win another MVP. He's just fantastic for some reason. I don't know why. And RG3, is there going to be a quarterback controversy? He's got franchise quarterback tag. Do we stick with RG3, or do we ride it out with Patrick Mahomes when we draft him? I have no clue now what to do, because 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions with 72% completion percentage is franchise level for what we need from our quarterback. So I'm very confuzzled. Le'Veon Bell had 1,500 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's a freak of nature. I think he led the league as well. Odell Beckham Jr., speaking of freaks of nature, 1,400 yards and 18 touchdowns. Give him Offensive Player of the Year. If it's not going to go Le'Veon Bell, give it to Odell Beckham Jr. They both were deserving of it. Calvin Johnson had a very good season. Keenan Allen had a good season. Defensively, 126 tackles from Bobby Wagner is great. 108 from Dante Hightower is really, really good as well. 82 sacks, but crucially 82 tackles, but 19 sacks for J.J. Watt. 80 tackles for Khalil Mack. Tackle for loss leader was Aaron Donald with 19. 13 for Mack. 11 for Watt. Sack leader was J.J. Watt with 19, which is just absurd. 13.5 for Khalil Mack. 8 for Aaron Donald. 6.5 for the rookie Deion Jones. You love to see it. And then Stephon Gilmore led the team with 4 interceptions. That's why he wants the over $160 million contract, because he's just that dang good. And then a few other guys had a single interception. But the boys have made it back to the playoffs. We're in the divisional round. We got the 1 seed. We had the bye. We now play the San Francisco 49ers. Are we going to get the job done against them? We do. Close, but we get the job done. 42-35. We now take on the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC title game, and they have a 9-8 record, and they've got here, so congratulations to them. They probably were the 7th seed if I had to guess, right? No, they're the 4th seed. They won the division. So the Giants, the Commanders, and the whatever else, who am I blanking on? The Cowboys were so bad that a 9-win team, a 9-win Eagles team, is good enough to get the division. That's crazy. We played the 7th. I should have thought about that because we're the 1 seed, obviously. So why wouldn't we play the 7th seed unless the Saints obviously won? But that is wow. Wow. A 9-win an 8-win team. I thought it was a 9-win team. Even worse, an 8-win football team gets the division. I gotta see what's this division. Hold on, I gotta sidetrack for a second. NFC East, 3 7-win teams, and the Eagles got it done with 8. Wow, that's a bad division. That's a bunch of mid right there. That is a bunch of mid. The NFC least, in my opinion. Wow, that's crazy. All right, we're going to jump into the NFC title game and try to get us to another Super Bowl. This time, not with Aaron Rodgers, but with Robert Griffin III. It is NFC Championship time here in Lambeau Field, and we've got to blow out the Eagles, man. They're 8-win team. They snuck into the playoffs as a division winner. They shouldn't even be here. And yet they're playing in the NFC Championship. So they've made it through all the fireworks just to get to this moment. So maybe they do deserve to be here. I don't know. But we are certainly deserving of being here, and certainly deserving of holding it down as a home playoff team, as the host of the playoffs. 31-14. I haven't even had to jump in here yet. 31-21. I might jump in next time we get the ball, if it happens. And here it did. 3rd down, I might as well jump in just to see RG3 in a Packer uniform because that's kind of crazy. Let's see if we can get a touchdown from the 4. He's wearing number 1. I'm probably going Keenan Allen underneath here. Little underneath pass for a touchdown. There it is. Allen dropped it. 4th and goal from the 4. Well, we're obviously going to go for this. No, I'm staying out there. We're going for it. 21-yard field goal. It would ice the game. It would seal the game at 34-21 with no timeouts left for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going for this because I'm a psychopath and I want to get a touchdown. I'm going to step up with Aaron Rodgers. Not with Aaron Rodgers, with RG3. I got sacked by Noah Spence, of all people. All right, that didn't go my way. That did not go the way of the water. Let's skip here, and it looks like it's not going to come back to bite us, which I didn't think it really was. And we move on to the Super Bowl. So our first Super Bowl appearance without Aaron Rodgers under center. And it seems like RG3 might be the heir apparent. Maybe we don't even need Patrick Mahomes. I have no clue what's going to go down in the offseason. All I know right now is RG3's got us in the Super Bowl. So that's all I can really think about. I don't even remember what the AFC Championship matchup was. I don't know who we're going to be playing here. It's going to be a surprise to me. And it is the Buffalo Bills. Bills don't have a great track record, in real life at least, of getting to the Super Bowl and winning it. But maybe we can keep that going here. It is Super Bowl time. Let's go see if we can get another one for the trophy case. This is the Buffalo Bill team that has Carson Wentz. I don't know if you guys remember that. We've talked about Carson Wentz on this Buffalo Bills roster. I think he's won an MVP in previous years in this series. So we're pretty familiar with this Bills quarterback, Carson Wentz. But hopefully we can take him down here in the Super Bowl, get the job done, win a championship. Good throw from RG3 there to get it to Megatron for the first down. But the goal is to take down Carson Wentz, take down the Buffalo Bills, win a championship, and have a party with RG3 as our quarterback, and maybe have him be, that should have been a touchdown right there, maybe have him be the future of the team, future of the organization. Who knows? Is he the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers? I wasn't planning on it, but if he wins a championship, I mean, it's hard to deny him. Travis Kelce holds on. Usually they drop those. Good catch from Kelce. He wants another championship. He wants another ring on his finger. And I'm going to get sacked again, similar to how I got sacked by Noah Spence in the Eagle game. 2nd and goal. I really just want to scramble with RG3. And I think I might get my opportunity here. RG3 scrambling around. He gets to the 2. I'll take it. I will take it. Because I got Travis Kelce. Oh, he recovered. I was going to say I got Travis Kelce with nobody over the top. That's going to be Odell Beckham Jr., the white Odell Beckham Jr., with a touchdown to take the lead here in the Super Bowl. Now we just need the defense to step up, and it doesn't look like they're going to do that. The Bills score. Back and forth. 3rd down. Do we hand the ball to Le'Veon Bell? Not 3rd down and 9, probably. I have a feeling that... Oh, he didn't get open the way that I wanted him to. I don't know where to go here. I had to throw that away. I wasn't going to get that pass completed regardless. Looks like we are going to have to kick a field goal. I will take my points this time. We got it 13-10. Come on, defense. Another touchdown for the Bills. We need to get some movement here. We need to score a touchdown here. 20-10. It's not looking good for the boys. Not looking good for the good guys. And wow, he got to me before I could even think. Is that what's his name? Michael Johnson? Is that what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking it's Michael Johnson. I don't know if that actually is him, but that's who I'm thinking of. From the former Bengals defensive lineman in real life. We gotta go to the end zone, to the sidelines. Calvin! Tiptoe, and he's out of bounds! He couldn't walk the tightrope. Megatron couldn't walk the tightrope. And the Buffalo Bills might have just won themselves a Super Bowl. I got to see the instant replay. How close was his tiptoe? The ball was placed where it should have been. Megatron makes the catch. Oh, he dragged the feet. He most certainly dragged the feet. This moment right here, he has possession. He most certainly has possession. Is that on the white line? Is there white on the shoe? Is there green grass in the middle? This is the Super Bowl. I think we got to try to challenge that. You got to try to challenge that. This is the Super Bowl, baby. You got to go for it. What are they going to call? They give it back to us overturned. Oh, they gave it back to us overturned. The catch is completed by Calvin Johnson. He got his feet down. And Robert Griffin III, trying to win a Super Bowl for the Packers, gets to the 2 again on the 2nd straight drive. He's denied at the 2-yard line. This time, RG3, he's going to get in. Touchdown, Packers. And we are just like that right back in this ball game. That was a crazy challenge that we just had right there. The cojones of the coach to call that a challenge, or to throw the challenge flag out there. But we need the defense to step up, and the defense allows a field goal. 1:30 to go. Nope, a minute to go with 1 timeout. I'm actually going to send Calvin, instead of a cross over the middle, I'm just going to send him deep, and then we're going to throw it to him, and he's going to hold on, and he's going to get a big-time catch, and we're going to run the clock so we don't have to use a timeout here. Oh, we scored a touchdown. Never mind. We scored the touchdown. Oh, they're going to kick the field goal to win the game, to win the Super Bowl. Block it, block it, block it, block it. 26-24. The Green Bay Packers might have just lost the Super Bowl on a field goal. Kudos to the Buffalo Bills for getting into field goal range there. And we got one play. One play, unless we go super quick. But I don't, because we have a timeout, but I don't really even see the point in doing that. I guess the only other thing we could do is throw it like that, I guess, and have the controller go out on me. But Odell is open, by the way, if this ever connects. There we go. Secure catch. Timeout. No! Ball game! and the Buffalo Bills will win the Super Bowl over the Green Bay Packers. That was a good route from Odell Beckham Jr., though. It's a sour pill to swallow. We lose to the Buffalo Bills, to Carson Wentz. RG3 couldn't get it done. The defense let us down as well. I can't put all the blame on RG3, but the offense wasn't scoring as many points as we needed to score. Oh, that's a tough one. That is a very, very tough one to lose that. But now comes the big question of, do we make a bunch of trades right now? I don't want to simulate to the staff week because I'm going to lose my cap room, I think. I'm pretty sure. So we might as well make some big trades. Who do we not think we're going to be able to bring back? I'm probably not going to be able to bring back Harrison Smith. I drafted Landon Collins to be his heir apparent anyway. So I'm probably not going to be able to bring back Harrison Smith. Let's trade him out the gates already. Let's trade him for a good safety backup to Landon Collins. Doesn't need to be anybody special. But maybe we can trade for a draft pick. Who knows? Let's go for... We could go for Keanu Neal. That'd be interesting. I could give them Earl Wolf. That'd be a better replacement or a better starter than what they have already. George Iloka. He's got superstar development. I might go George Iloka. I don't think I've ever had him before. So let's go for George Iloka. And then maybe... they have the number 1 overall pick. Maybe they give me a second round pick this year? How's that? Trade offer accepted. So we have the first pick of the second round now. And George Iloka. I wonder if I could have got a first next year. I don't know. So we don't have Harrison Smith anymore. Who else do we need to trade? We need to make a decision on Stephon Gilmore. I kind of want to bring him back. I also want to bring back Bobby Wagner. So that's going to be a lot of money right there in those two guys. We have the option on Aaron Donald, so that's not a big deal. David DeCastro, I think he's got an option as well, doesn't he? I don't remember. How many? Hold on. I need to see the salaries. I need to see the big time salaries. I need to know who is up for negotiation. So re-sign players. Who's up for negotiation? So we knew about Gilmore. We knew about Bobby Wagner, Hightower, Matthew, DeCastro. He doesn't have an option. DeCastro wants $118 million for a right guard. That's absolute insanity. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're not going to be able to retain everybody, obviously. We're going to trade a lot of these guys, which is sad, but it's just what's going to happen. So I want to bring back Stephon Gilmore. I want to bring back one of these two, probably Bobby Wagner, since he's a little bit more interested than Hightower is. And I think that might be it. I mean, I want to bring back Travis Kelce. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let's try to get Gilmore back. I know it's going to be pretty expensive because we're going to have to overpay, but he does slightly want to be here, so that might help us out a little bit. We'll try this. He's happy to come back. Okay, so that leaves us with $38 million. Let's try Bobby Wagner. Let's give him like $9 million and then like $11 million. He's happy to come back. That leaves us with $20 million. Let's go and get Travis Kelce back. And this is going to put us at the end of our rope here. He's going to come back. So we got Travis Kelce back. So that leaves $5 million to spread around the last couple guys, I guess. So we have to trade Dante Hightower, Tyrann Mathieu, and David DeCastro, who are really the only guys that are going to have any value. So let's go make those trades. Let's go make those trades. All right, so got Bobby Wagner back. Let's get Hightower off the board first. He's got Devontae Adams, Tremaine McBride, Jordan Phillips. Devontae Adams is very interesting. I like that a whole lot. We could get Mark Barron, Thomas Davis, Shaq Thompson. Some very, very talented players. Vic Beasley's cool. Jason Kelsey's cool. Mike Evans at 23 is very cool. That's very cool, actually. I like Mike Evans. I might send Hightower to the Vikings. Although the Broncos are giving me a second this year and a third next year, which I like a lot more, plus Devontae Adams. I think I'm going to do this trade. Dante Hightower headed to Denver. We get back Devontae Adams and a couple draft picks. So that adds another receiver. That replaces basically Keenan Allen. And we are losing Adam Thielen as well. So now let's trade David DeCastro, what's he got on the value? He's got some second-round picks. Travis Frederick, that could be our center. Okay, done. Unless there's something even more crazy. Big play Slay, I like that. But no, I'm going to go for Travis Frederick. That's our center right there. Boom, didn't even have to worry about it. Center is figured out. Now the last guy that we need to get traded, at least the guy that has crazy value, is going to be Tyrann Mathieu. What's his value going to be? Ooh, we can get pick number 7 in 2019. I like that. First round pick from the Chiefs is always nice. We can get Cam Chancellor back, which would be fun. We can get a 2018 first from the Steelers plus a 2018 second. Ooh, Steelers giving me some nice value. The Chiefs aren't giving me the second round pick as well. I don't have any extra first round picks in 2019. I might go for that one. They're the only other team offering me a first round pick. Although the Steelers in 2018, they're giving me Chris Conley, which I don't really care about, but I think this is too good a value to pass up on. So Tyrann Mathieu, I love you, but you're headed to Pittsburgh. We're getting back Chris Conley, which is not really something I really wanted. But Keenan Allen and Adam Thielen are going to be gone now. What can we get back for them? Oh, I can still get Mo Claiborne if I wanted him. Let's go for... I don't really like any of these picks off the bat. I might have to make my own trade. I might make my own trade here. The Bears say they need a wide receiver. They do desperately need a couple wide receivers. What's their draft capital look like? I'm going to go for a 2018 first and 2019 first just to test the waters. Oh, they can't. Okay, they can't take on the contracts. Good to know. Buffalo, do they need a... They just won the Super Bowl. Do they need a receiver? I mean, maybe. Who else? Who needs a receiver? Tampa? No, that's Arizona. Arizona needs a receiver. They've got a couple young ones. They've got old Larry Fitzgerald. They could use a couple, but probably not the right scenario. There's the Chiefs. They already want to give us our 2019 pick. They don't necessarily need a receiver. What about the Colts? Their number one position receiver. They've got an old Andre Johnson and a slightly old Jeremy Maclin. They could use some young depth at receiver. So we're going to ask for their 2 first-round picks next 2 years just to see where they're playing. Okay, that's good to know. I'll take away the 2018, and I'll just ask for a 2019 first and second. What do you say about that? You get 2 franchise receivers, and we get back a couple picks. I could also give you Chris Conley, honestly. I don't really need him, so you can have Chris Conley back. 3 franchise receivers. 3 franchise receivers. I have a lot of second-round picks now. I don't need all these second-round picks now, I guess. But that might make it go through. So if I ask for a second-round pick in 2018, what do they say about that? Ooh! What about if I ask for that 2018 first? Okay, so the 2018 first might be a little bit more difficult to get, but I can honestly throw in another second if I really wanted to. I can give you a 4th-round pick this year as well. That's not going to really do much, is it? I could probably just give them another second. I mean, we have a bunch of picks. We're not going to need all these seconds. Trade offer accepted. So Adam Thielen, Keenan Allen, Chris Conley, and 2 second-round picks this year head to Indianapolis. We get back a first-round pick next year in 2018, which is our 3rd now, and we get a 2019 first and second from Indianapolis as well. So now we're loaded up again on draft picks, like I like to do. Okay, so we're looking pretty good now. What's the re-signed player look like now? Micah Hyde, AJ Bouye, Denard Robinson, Jordan Poyer. We're just going to have to let Jordan Poyer go. Maybe I can re-sign him in the free agent period. I don't know. Probably not. I think I'm going to go after AJ Bouye as my final guy back. Hopefully I can get him back. It's going to be pretty tough. What about if I just offer him this? He's happy to come back. Perfect. So we keep AJ Bouye, and these guys are going to leave, and then obviously we'll accept the option on these guys when I simulate. But we got some nice value for those guys. I'm happy with how that worked out. And I actually remembered this time instead of simulating before, and we lose all that cap room. All right, so now we move to Super Bowl week over. We go to, yeah, see, now I have negative 36 million. I wouldn't have been able to make those trades. I would have lost them all for nothing. We do the upgrades, and then we do the ever-important season recap. See who won the MVP. It is Carson Wentz, MVP of the league, or MVP of the Super Bowl. Derek Anderson has won another MVP. How many is that? 3 in a row. My man is on Mars right now. He is levitating. 3 straight MVPs for Derek Anderson. Is he the greatest of all time? He might very well be in the conversation. Odell does win Offensive Player of the Year, steals it from Le'Veon Bell. Jason Pierre-Paul wins Defensive Player of the Year for the Saints. Carson Wentz got Offensive Rookie of the Year. So Carson Wentz, so I was wrong. I must be thinking of a different series where Carson Wentz was playing well because he's Offensive Rookie of the Year. Duh, what am I thinking? We're in 2016. Why would I think Carson Wentz has been in the league that long? He wins Offensive Rookie of the Year and Super Bowl MVP. That's kind of a crazy rookie year. And then Joey Bosa for the Jets gets Defensive Rookie of the Year. But we were back-to-back Super Bowl champions. It does go by the wayside. 3rd straight appearance, though. I'll take it. I will take it. Dynasty's been built. Somewhat. All right, so now we get to the re-sign period, which now all we have to do is accept the option on a couple of our first-round picks. Some of our big-name first-round picks. And then we are good to go. Gucci to go. Let's do this thing. Accept the option on Aaron Donald, on Odell Beckham Jr., even though he's white, Khalil Mack, and D Ford, and Taylor Lewan. And I think that's it. Everybody else is going to go. It's going to hurt to lose guys like Denard Robinson because he's fun to have, and Micah Hyde. But we can replace that in future drafts and stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. Now let's get to the good stuff. Free agency. I will pop into free agency just to kind of take a little peek skis at who's available, even though, we have $4 million. So I might be able to make a... Derek Anderson's in free agency. This man is the GOAT, apparently. Looks like it's a pretty okay class. There's Rodgers. We could bring Rodgers back to mentor the next generation. With $4 million, I don't think we can be able to compete. I'm going to try to get Rodgers back, though. He wants a massive contract. I'm going to give him a 7-year extension, or a 7-year contract, but I'm going to significantly lower this money. He's not going to get anywhere near this money, mainly because I don't have the money to do it. But I would like to see Aaron Rodgers come back to Green Bay. I didn't want to trade him in the first place. He was just going to ask for way too much money. So we are going to drop this money significantly down. I don't know what the other 2 teams are offering him, but he's probably not going to even consider our offer. If this is like NBA 2K, he would be like insulted by our offer and not want to talk to us anymore. But if I can lower this to the cheapest I can. All right, 7-year deal, $2 million, $2.5 million. I don't have any cap room. There we go. We were able to offer him a contract. What did he say to it? Seattle and Buffalo are trying to get him for some reason, and they're both lowballing him as well. So let's go see if he accepts. Aaron Rodgers, is he going to be back in a Green Bay Packer uniform? He didn't decide yet. He's got no good offers. Come on, Rodgers. You know what the right idea is. Come back to Green Bay, mentor the youth, mentor RG3, mentor Patrick Mahomes. Do the right thing, Rodgers. Do the right thing. You've already got 2 championships. Come back. We'd welcome you back with open arms, even though you only been gone for a season. We would welcome you back. Just come on back. That's all you got to do. Derek Anderson now plays for the Kansas City Packers. What am I doing? The Kansas City Chiefs instead of the Cleveland Browns, which I think is where he was. Detroit has now jumped in the playing field here for Aaron Rodgers. He did not pick us. Aaron Rodgers chose the Detroit Lions on a 1-year deal. So next season, Aaron Rodgers is in division, playing for a bad Detroit Lions team who we have their first-round pick. What a change of things. What a change of scenery for Aaron Rodgers. I don't remember where I sent him last season, but now he's in Detroit for a season. We might have to jump into one of those games next episode to see Aaron Rodgers in a Lions uniform. Okay, mock draft number 5 plus private workouts. Let's get this thing going. So the Titans are going to take Myles Garrett. Trubisky going 2. They have us taking Kareem Hunt, which is not going to happen. They have us taking Aaron Jones, which is not going to happen. I don't know what my game plan is for today. They have us also taking TJ Watt, which is cool. There's Mahomes, who's 22. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't know what my game plan is. I honestly don't. Do we trade out of pick 3? What do we need? Let's go to the lineup, reevaluate what we need. So we need to generate the best lineup. There we go. Travis Frederick's now in there. We could use a right guard. Ali Marpet's fine, but a right guard could be useful. RG3 is now an X factor after the season that he had. We could use another receiver, even though we have 4 good ones. We need an extra middle linebacker. I forgot that I didn't get one when I traded away. What's his face? I traded away Dante Hightower. Now, what I could do is I could move Dante Fowler up to edge rusher or D Ford, either one, up to outside linebacker, move Deion Jones in the middle, and then we'd be fine. I could do that. I guess we'll see what happens. So, let's figure out a game plan here. Do we trade out of pick 3? Do we trade out of pick 3? I don't honestly know. So, let's just finish up Mahomes just to get him 100% scouted. And then we know that Garrett Bowles is a true top 5 talent. Good to know. Let's go Ryan Ramczyk as well. And then I'm not going to trade up to get Myles Garrett. We already have a really good defensive line. But we can maybe take... Oh, that's right, Reuben Foster. So we might not even need to move anybody out. We can grab ourselves Reuben Foster. I'll be fine with that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to take those guys at that spot. Like, I might trade out of the 3rd pick because it's going to be decently valuable. Because the first guy that I'm curious in Marshawn Lattimore. That could be pretty interesting to grab. But other than that, the first guy would be Garrett Bowles. And he's at pick 10. So if I trade out of pick 3 and then take Marshawn Lattimore at pick 5, and then maybe with the pick that I trade, pick 3, we trade down and we get Reuben Foster. I don't know. But we also have to take Patrick Mahomes at some point. I mean, we don't have to. We got an X-Factor quarterback in RG3 now. But I do want Patrick Mahomes. I also kind of want TJ Watt. And I want Reuben Foster. I want a lot of these guys. There's a lot of good guys that I want. I don't know what the game plan is here, boys. I really don't know. I guess we'll have to just find out in the moment. We will just have to find out in the moment what the game plan is. What is going to happen when the chips are down. Let's start the draft. Myles Garrett should go number 1 to Tennessee. And he does, in fact, go number 1. Number 2 is Mitch Trubisky to the LA Rams. And now we are up. We stand here with the eyes of the world on us. What is the move? Let me look at the draft capital. What do we got? What are the trade offers? A lot of first-round picks. I like a lot of first-round picks. You guys know this. Miami's only offering me pick 6. You know what? It's not as much as I would have liked. Now, this one would be cool because this is like 1 pick ahead of the Saints at 22, who's projected to take Patrick Mahomes. So that one would be pretty nice. I might, in fact, do that one. Because none of the other ones that are giving me picks higher than Mahomes at 22 are giving me anything worthwhile alongside it. Like, I want a few extra first-round picks, but nobody, understandably, is willing to trade up from their spot to 3 and giving me anything else. But the Cardinals pick is not that bad because they're giving me a 2019 first and second, which would be another first round pick in 2019, which would be like our 3rd. So we can load up for the future. I'm going to trade away pick 3 to the Arizona Cardinals. Who are they going to take? As long as they don't take Patrick Mahomes, I should be fine. They took John Ross. Good luck with that. Corey Davis is up next. I think I'm going to stick here and take Marshawn Lattimore. I'm going to draft Marshawn Lattimore with this one. Big time. Big body corner, man-to-man. Welcome to Green Bay. You can pair alongside a bunch of talented corners. That's a huge pickup. Alrighty-o, Ranger Joe. Jamal Adams, Mike Williams, headed to the Chargers. Look at that. Solomon Thomas. Reuben Foster. Did not think he'd go ahead of us. Was I missing the mock draft? Did I miss his name in there? Did I just not pay attention? I don't know. I didn't think he was going to go that early. But he did. He most certainly went that early. And we miss out on him. I could have sworn he was predicted to go a little bit later. All right, we're up here at 20, what is this, 21? And we're taking Patrick Mahomes with this pick. We've got 2 quarterbacks now. Is it RG3? Is it Patrick Mahomes? The controversy knows no bounds. Hassan Reddick, Derek Barnett, Leonard Fournette, Sidney Jones, Jonathan Allen. That would have been cool. Forrest Lamp, David Njoku, and then Joe Mixon ends up in Green Bay. Look at that. All right, so the final pick of the first round, we could grab ourselves Jarrad Davis to be a middle linebacker, but I kind of like the idea of moving Deion Jones inside. I think that still would work out pretty well, even though Raekwon McMillan is available. What's our board look like? So we got Alvin Kamara, we got Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones, Cooper Kupp, Deion Dawkins. I've drafted Deion Dawkins before. I don't think he's that great in this. There's not a whole lot that I like here, if I'm being honest with you. Especially at the end of the first round. Like, this is the first round pick that we're talking about here. I don't want to just waste it. I could take Raekwon McMillan. He looks really good on paper. I don't remember what his dev trait is if he has one. He looks really, really good. Jarrad Davis also looks pretty good. He's not as good of an athlete as Raekwon McMillan is. I might just take the boy. I might just take the Buckeye, Raekwon McMillan. I could grab an offensive lineman, but I'm in a spot where I don't really know what to do, so I'm going to take Raekwon. He doesn't have a development trait. I didn't think he did. I wasn't sure. I didn't think he did. I think I'm still going to move Deion inside. I think I still will move him inside. So now we have another pick. I can basically get whatever I want here. Oh, where do we go? Do I take Budda Baker? I think I'm going to grab Cooper Kupp with my other second round pick. Do I grab Budda Baker here? I mean, we have okay depth at free safety, but Budda Baker's Budda Baker. He's very good. Or I could just grab Deion Dawkins right now. Or Taylor Moton. I think I'm going to take Budda Baker here. If anything, we can, in a couple of years, trade away Budda Baker, or trade away the guy that we have now, and have good depth. So it's just like recycling everybody at this point. And this one's going to be Cooper Kupp. Bring him into the team. So we just reload, baby. We get all that talent for the future. Now we don't pick again until the 12th pick of the third round. Not sure what the move is going to be here. Kareem Hunt, Aaron Jones. Carl Lawson, Trey Hendrickson. I might go Trey Hendrickson here. Anzalone, Ebukam. I think I'm going to go Trey Hendrickson here in the third round. Speed rusher, normal development, more depth on the defensive line, especially if we're going to move one of D Ford or Dante Fowler up to linebacker. That definitely helps with the depth on the defensive line. 2 4th round picks here. I was going to take Kareem Hunt there. That's okay. I might as well grab Aaron Jones since he is a Packer, or he was a Packer in real life. He's now a Packer again. Then we have pick 31 of the 4th round. So we will look at this, see what we have here. We've got Chris Godwin, Matt Milano, Jayon Brown, Shaquille Griffin, Desmond King. I think this is going to be a Desmond King pickup. Nice little Desmond King pickup, another depth corner. Add to the team in case we need to trade some guys away later on. And then we have a 5th round pick, which I might just trade away. I'll take... I don't even know, really. I'll take 2 5s from the Houston Texans. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Houston. Then we have 3 5th round picks. How did I get 3 5th round picks? I don't even remember. I'll take a 5 and a 6 from the Denver Broncos from 2018. Then we have another 5th round pick. Who's it gonna be? I'll take a 5 and a 6 from the Steelers. And then I'll simulate the rest of the draft, let the CPU draft a couple guys at the end of the draft just to fill out even more depth for the team. And that's the season. That's the episode. I feel like this draft we got the guys that I wanted to get. I didn't get Reuben Foster, which is one of the guys that I wanted. Marshawn Lattimore's a 79. Mahomes 77, McMillan is 77, Budda Baker 76, Cooper Kupp 76, Henderson 72, Jones 71, King 71. They took Chris Godwin, which is cool, 73. Shaq Griffin's also cool. And then a couple of lame guys at the end. That's okay. Best player in the draft is Ryan Ramczyk, 89. Not surprised. All right, so it's a good draft. We got the guys that we wanted, and mainly we got Patrick Mahomes, who was the guy that I needed to come away with, even though we have Robert Griffin III, who took us to a Super Bowl, but crucially couldn't get the job done, couldn't win it like Aaron Rodgers did the past 2 years. So maybe a little bit of quarterback controversy. Who knows? Who really knows? But we have great depth at receiver now, really good depth at running back. Offensive line is good enough. Marpet's going to be good enough to hold it down, I would assume. And then on the defense, I mean, it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. I am going to do the change, though. We're going to send Deion Jones into the middle to make him a middle linebacker. And then we'll move somebody up from the defensive line so Deion can shift over. Shift? He shifts over. And then I'm probably going to make D Ford jump up there. So we will make D Ford a left outside linebacker. He moves up. He stands up on the defensive side. He's pretty good. And then at least Dante Fowler gets a little bit of play time. And now the cornerback room looks a little bit better now with Marshawn Lattimore and Shaq Griffin. I mean, this team's just ready to go for another run. And now we've got a good quarterback and an even better quarterback. So this team is scary good. They've got a lot of talent, a lot of depth, and a lot of youth on this team. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.